What up, what up? It's 24K producer, engineer, Grammy Award winning that is. And you checking in with my dog DJ Gombo, Lost Roots. Let's go.
Yeah. They cost about some cards though. They cost about the same. But they rare though.
It's that drip.
I'm trying to take care of these guys. You know, they just drop shit. People just be getting bent up sometimes.
Alright, welcome to Lost Roots Network with your boy DJ Gombo. We in the studio with legendary engineer, 24K in the building.
What's the word? What's the word?
How you doing, man?
Appreciate you having me on the platform.
So, welcome to Lost Roots Network. I want to ask you, what is your roots? Where are you from?
Man, my roots are from right here, Orlando, Florida, born and raised, Tangelo Park, Polaris Street.
Okay. How did you get into the hip hop industry?
Shoot, my godfather, my dad, best friend. My dad was an engineer, like it's more like a sound tech. His best friend was DJ Magic Mike, and they had the Royal Posse, Cheetah Records. My dad used to tour with him and be his sound guy. And yeah, that's the spark of the inspiration. And then just a little further, fast forward a little bit in history, when I was like 10, 12 years old, of course, like, the great Transcon Studios was here. I used to be in there as a kid because it was right down the street from my hood, and my godfather brought me in there. My uncles and them brought me in there. And they had a rap group called the Warheads, which was pretty big back in the late 90s, early 2000s era of Orlando. Ozone magazine and all that. So I've been in the industry since I was a kid. I'm 33 years old now.
So did you started your career as an engineer with a team or by yourself?
Nah, actually, man, I started out rapping, man. Me and my bro, Jammy, and my dog Hoodlum. You know what I'm saying? He's still out here. He managed Golden Boy. That's my bro. He actually made me believe this shit was real, like, you know what I'm saying, hood. So we used to be at Hood House rapping, and we had a little rap group, and we was trying to like just do our thing, but we was on some like other stuff, like a lot of the stuff that's cool now we was doing back then. You know what I'm saying? So before it was cool, like during that G-Unit era, you know what I'm saying? And I was, Hood produced. But I produced, you know what I'm saying? I think he just saw that I took more of a passion to the beats. And then engineering, I always would record, even back when I used to go to Transcon, I would sit up under the engineers and learn Pro Tools. Like my uncles had Pro Tools in the house back in fucking 1998, not 88. So they used to, make me record because, it was back then, you needed an engineer. You couldn't just record yourself, like it wasn't easy.
Right.
So I started learning how to engineer at a young age, and then I perfected it. I started perfecting it as I got older and took it more serious. But I started out rapping first, and then I DJ'd as well.
Word.
For a minute. Yeah, I used to DJ in clubs out here. I used to DJ for my brother. My brother's West Fifth. I used to go play DJ for him sometimes, and then I started tapping into some clubs and stuff. I did a few clubs. I ain't gonna say in Tampa and Orlando. I ain't gonna say I was like a serious DJ, but I played around with it. But mostly the production and the engineering stuff. That's what got me where I'm at.
Doc, for those who don't know, can you tell the people what's the difference between being an engineer and a producer, or is it like the same?
Well, an engineer is more technical in function. You know what I'm saying? It's the knobs and the buttons and knowing the programs and the process of the technical process of the recording process. You know what I'm saying? Like how to record and put things in place and arrange. Like if the artist is creatively telling you to do something, you know how to put it together.
Right.
By technicality. And you gotta have a good ear. Some engineers are good engineers, but they can't mix. You know what I'm saying? Fortunately, I'm able to do both. I ain't gonna say I'm like the super best mixer in the world, but but I am very good at what I do. And then producing overall, it's all of it. Producing is making the beat, engineering it, vocal arranging, recording, sometimes mixing, mastering, all that. Like, you know, as a producer, you should be able to create the final product that before the world hears it, or get as close to that as possible. Yeah.
When did you create your first beat?
On Pro Tools. This had to be like I made my first beat on Pro Tools. Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Using the MPC and the Triton. But this had to be I want to say 97. Maybe before that. Like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was
like what you love most about being an engineer?
Helping create the final product, man. Like, you know, artists that may have never heard themselves in a certain type of way, like, you know, when they just might be used to recording in their homeboy closet or their bedroom, they ain't never really heard themselves fully mixed and arranged and produced and, like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, a couple hours in the studio with me will get you there.
No doubt.
For sure.
When did you realize that you had to change your life in order to chase your dream?
Oh, man. Like I said, I've always been doing music, and my family has always been involved in the music industry. But, you know, my family's also very involved in the street side of things, too. So it's, I would say, man, like when I had my first kid, when I had my oldest daughter, Serenity, you know, it just made me realize, like, okay, you gotta do something, because what are your options? You know what I'm saying? I was very smart in school, but I only graduated high school because my grandmother wanted me to, but I was already having like minor successes in music, and I already knew what I was gonna do. You know, and if that didn't work, and then I always told myself there's no plan A. If music didn't work, I would have to be like where I'm at now. I have to be like 35 before I just said put it down and just went and did something else. So, you know, once I put the dedication into it, you know, I left the city, went to Atlanta, you know, did my thing with OJ the Juice Man, Gucci, a lot of different artists up there. You know what I'm saying? Them boys really took to me, Atlanta, for sure. They showed love, and I made a name for myself. And I just kept moving from there, man. LA, New York, Texas, you know what I'm saying? I used to work with Mo3 before he got where he was at, RIP. And you know, and I know I have a lot of knowledge to give about the business side. So a lot of people, you know, I put a lot of game in people's ears, you know what I'm saying? And if they listen, they take the advice, and they always turn around and you know, appreciate it later. And then, you know, like, I get a lot of favors done, for sure. I get a lot of favors done.
We wouldn't have an air conditioner if somebody didn't say, I'm hot. I need something that's gonna cool me down. You know what I'm saying? So work with what you got, like Doc said, and put it together. I don't wear Gucci, designer, nothing, Barry. You know what I mean? But I put the shit together. You know what I'm saying?
And stay true to that, though. Stay true to that. If you do get a hit or some song popping, don't feel like all of a sudden we gotta start wearing, you know, the
let me say this, right? These two guys right here, they're very calm. I call these calm brothers, right? Let me give y'all a real example, right? So when COVID hit, my man Jay, he was like, yo, Doc, I gotta, you know, COVID shit is fucking up the money a little bit. I gotta go to Atlanta. So in Atlanta, everything is piped up, you know.
Welcome back to Laws Roots Network. We're here chilling in the studio with Grammy Award winning 24K, the engineer, producer, the best in the O.
Hands down.
No cap. But goddamn, I want to ask you this, man.
Yeah.
Can you tell the people how it feels to be a Grammy Award winning engineer?
Man, all I did was show up for work, dog. I ain't saying like I did a whole bunch of special stuff, but you know what I mean? I did my job. Like, I just showed up for work. Like, I know DOC, the rap, he used to be a rapper from with NWA. You know what I'm saying? When I lived in Dallas, I met him, and you know, he followed me on Instagram, and I was out in California I had posted it, and I guess he seen I was out there. He, like I say, people owe me, it's people just show love because I show love, and he one of the OGs. He shot me the alley-oop. He was like, "Hey, yo, go to this studio," and I went, and when I got there, I knew it was Dre shit. I knew it was Dr. Dre, Interscope Studios, and so I didn't know if I was gonna run in and meet Dre or what I was gonna be doing exactly, but I ended up just doing like some background production and scoring for the Defiant Ones documentary. And once that happened, I got my little credits, and when the project won the Grammy for Best Music Film in 2018, I got an award. That was it.
Wow.
I wasn't at I went to the Grammy Awards before that,
right,
because I got nominated, but I never won anything.
For which song?
Just a few songs I can't say.
Exclusive.
No, I can say, but it won't matter.
No doubt. We got
but it's when I won the award, when I found out that I was actually getting an award, they was hitting me up for my address. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it happened. They mailed me the box.
So, can you tell the people how important is it to invest into your business, into your career, your dreams?
What else you gonna do? Sit around and be a loser? Like, what else you gonna do? If you got a dream, you better chase it with everything you got. And if you don't, then just go. Ain't nothing wrong with going to work. You know what I'm saying? Go work a job. Go. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I wasn't gonna be doing this, I was gonna go to school for architecture, or try to be a lawyer or something. Like, you know what I mean? It just, the music hit first, and I stuck with it longer. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, it was no plan A, and that's how you gotta go about everything. It's not hard to do anything out here. You know what I'm saying? It's just if you're willing to go through the process. You know what I mean? Everything you want to do has a process. Even putting on your clothes and tying your shoes. Like, that's a process that you learn at a young age. Even going to school from like kindergarten to 12th grade, you learning how to complete processes your whole life. Right. You know what I'm saying? So there's no given format to this music industry, getting in and being able to make money off the industry. There's no given format, but there is a formula that once you start seeing certain things, you kind of should know what to do. Right. And if you see that you got something that grabs people's attention, use it and go hard with it. And whatever you got to do to support that. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of people that be scared to put money into themselves, but they'll go spend money on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I just told you, bro, I charge $2,500 for a beat. If you don't got it, I'm not the producer for you. But there's a lot of other producers out there. I got little homies that, you know what I mean? Hey, you might not can afford or want to work with me, but I got somebody else I can, just as good. I don't even claim to be the best producer. I just know how to put it together. But I got homies that make beats and they fire, and I'll throw them the bone. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the best thing you could do. But chasing your dream, that's I feel like that's how you find your purpose in life. You know what I mean? Everybody has a given purpose, and if you chase your dream, you'll find your purpose. If you decide to do just the normal stuff, then you'll just be normal. So,
who did you grow up listening to musically?
Dr. Dre. That was the first album I listened to in its entirety. The Chronic. When my dad used to have a black Jaguar XJ6 or whatever it was called, and I used to just sit. He had the tape, and I used to just sit there in his car and listen to that motherfucker. Snoop Dogg.
So being from like Orlando, you grew up being tuned into the West Coast music.
That's what was going on at the time, like
in the 90s?
Early 90s, yeah, okay. West Coast. And then R&B music, Teddy Riley. Shout out Teddy, that was my mentor. I lived in Las Vegas, and I ended up meeting him through one of his close friends. And I've always listened to his music. Teddy Riley, Aaron Hall, Babyface. You know what I'm saying? Like Static Major was another mentor.
Wow.
I had a close encounter with, for sure, when he was doing Pretty Ricky albums. His wife was actually Avanti. She was actually my manager for a while. She introduced me to Lil Wayne. I made the record I made with Lil Wayne. A lot of the newer records that you hear Static on now, like the Drake, the Jack Harlow, like I've helped arrange and do a lot of those records just to keep his memory alive for sure.
Man,
Like I say, you know, just being around, being there to do my job, and that's all you can do. Whatever your job is, whatever your position is, do it.
it's being from Orlando, can you describe the city of Orlando in one word?
One word I can use to describe Orlando is variety. I've lived in a lot of places, and only other than New York, which New York has variety, but it's still limited a little bit. Orlando, Florida, really mostly Florida in general, you can see variety here, a lot of it.
Right.
All the cultures come here, and you got island culture, you got Latino culture, you got, you know, this is the South, like, you know, but it's still Orlando functions like it's a city, but it's not a big city, so it still feels kind of country, but it still feels like, you know what I'm saying, like it's just, you know, like I'm from Orlando. People ask me all the time, you from New York? Are you from LA? Are you from? It's just you get all kinds of flavor here,
Right.
and then, you know, we got a lot of slang, jit, you know, a lot of words just come from out of this place,
Right.
and they travel around the world, and then they come back, and you know, I think like people are starting to see what Orlando has to offer now.
Right.
And when you see what Orlando has to offer, you see variety, because you can look at an artist like, you know, Lil Pooty or Glock 9 or a Loose Cannon, but then people don't even know like Arnwell is from here. You know what I'm saying? Like Daddy Yankee used to live here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who else? My homeboy Sky, you know what I'm saying? XXX Sky, he's from here. Tyler Yahweh's from here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, a lot of artists have come out of this city, and producers, a lot of producers, even before and after the Backstreet Boy era, like the whole Lou Pearlman boy band thing. A lot of rap artists have come out of this city that, you know, people may or may not know are from here, and whether they claim it or not, you know, certain DJs out here in the industry not claiming the city that they grew up in and went to high school, you know, whatever, like that's weird. Even though they're not claiming it, they know where they got it from. The variety is here.
Right.
You can get whatever you want in Orlando.
So then, who you think runs Orlando? The west side or the east side?
West Orlando has a heavy influence, and that's why everybody wants to, you know, claim that, crown that in West Orlando. You know what I mean? Because we're actually, you know, we have to deal with the tourism on this side. We got to deal with Universal Studios being right there by the hood. You know what I'm saying? It's like in between the rich area and the hood. My hood, Tangelo Park, is right in between the rich area and the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, Pine Hills, all that stuff is right next door. So we got to deal with that. We have to deal with a lot on the west side of Orlando, where, like South Orlando, like, you know, John Young going towards Kissimmee, they got their own little thing. You know what I'm saying? East Orlando, that's where the money at, for sure. If you trapping, and you know what I'm saying, you know that's where the money at. East side. Right over there by UCF and shit. You know, shout out my cousins Chav and We, you know what I'm saying, Sid, JG, you know, they over there running shit. But yeah, Orlando, even the north, you know, which is not even really considered Orlando, Sanford and Altamont, you know, Boss Man JD and Superior Circle, all them boys out that way. You know what I mean? They got every side of Orlando got this thing, but the west side is the most influential thus far because of the talent that's came out of it, and
Right.
you know, I think we definitely deal with a lot more police presence over here, which is you got to know how to navigate around these alligators.
In the last 5 years, have you seen the growth in Orlando hip hop?
I haven't been here, and I haven't lived here, since I left 2019. I mean 2009 or 2008.
Wow. Okay.
I haven't been here in a while, so that's like almost 12 years, 10, 12 years. But since I've been in and out, I've been seeing different influences and different entities come in and out. And I've been seeing different artists come out. Like I just named a few: Sky, Tyler. You know what I'm saying? And these are my little bros. Like these little they know. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was one of the first people to put them guys in the studio, like a major studio for real. You know what I mean? They always been there for a lot of artists in the city. No matter what side of town you're from, I've always been wanting to help. Just want to help. And in the last 5 years, definitely, we've had a lot of artists get signed. Look at Cutting Reese, look at Sky, look at 458 Keys, look at Ty Yahweh, you know what I'm saying? Look at Glock 9, look at the Pooties, LPB Pootie, look at, like I say, Well, you know what I'm saying? The biggest Latin artist in the world, you know what I'm saying, right now.
Wow, and he's from Orlando.
East Side.
The East Side.
Do a background check, you'll find out. Rob G's too, he from the East Side, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of, it's here. And I think Orlando's getting recognized every day, more and more. And I think that's really what made me, when I came back from the West Coast, when I, tapped in with my uncle Dawg, man. Shout out to Dawg, man. He run the city, biggest promoter in the Southeast. When I tapped in with Dawg, man, and he let me hold down the studio so I can get these projects and this work done that I be having going on. All this COVID stuff going on. I really made a decision, like, I want to have more of a direct influence, not just be somebody that people know is from Orlando. I want to actually touch some of these artists and make sure that they in the right positions, you know what I'm saying? And I'm working with a few of them, and we're going to get it, and we're going to get through there. We're going to get them up through the door and put points on the board.
Cap.
Yeah.
What advice do you got for someone that's following your footsteps?
Do more. It's a lot more I could be doing, but structure is important too, and your health is important. So you gotta make sure you stand on top of yourself. Like I tell people all the time, it's cool to be self-centered. It's not cool to be selfish, but it's cool to be self-centered. If you can't do nothing for yourself, you can't do anything for anybody else. So sometimes I go out here and I'll overextend myself for trying to help people, but I don't. I be trying to make sure I keep it in check, and I do make sure I'm straight before I make sure other people straight. Because if I can't do nothing for myself, I can't do nothing for you. You can't. How you gonna learn from somebody or follow or get advice from somebody if they can't even do nothing for themselves?
So, what artists should we be looking out for in 2021 that's under your wing?
Man, I'm gonna shout out the producers. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? The producers in the city. My cousin Damn D, you did that, aka he did that new 40 by TMG Spook. Do a lot of work with Lil Day Day, Mook Boy. He coming, and cuz been watching me do this shit since we was a baby. You know what I'm saying? That's my uncle. That's Dawg Man's son. You know what I'm saying? Damn D, you did that. Shout out OTW, you know what I'm saying? My dog OTW from the O. You know what I'm saying? He Kodak Black, No Stylist by French Montana. He out here working heavy. He on their ass.
Okay.
Shout out to, Leak That's Fire. You know what I'm saying? That's my dog. I ain't seen him in a minute, but bruh, he like the Zaytoven out here, I would say.
I've been hearing about him lately too.
Yeah, Leak. My dog S. Dot, you know what I mean?
So,
of course, AO, of course, he a Grammy family, that's Grammy family. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out them boys, you know what I mean? Like, And then all the artists in the city too that's working, of course, like, you know, like I say, Cutting Reese's, the Lil Pooties, the Glock 9s, the ATM Tanners, you know what I'm saying, the J Blacks, the, you know, Scooter the Shooter, shout out Scooter. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my bro H Dot, number one host A&R in the city. Y'all need to tap in and stop playing with him. Put some respect on that kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Gombo, stay working. And like I told you, bro, I can tell you love what you do. And that's the people I fuck with. I fuck with the people that love what they do. And they show it by doing the work and not complaining.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I would be wrong if I ain't shout out Matty Ice. Shout out DJ Matty Ice. I want him to see this and be like, hey, bro, you ain't say my name, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's my dog. Hardest working DJ in the city, for real.
No cap. Orlando taking over.
Shout out 104.5 Beat, the Suicide Squad too, man. You know, check that out every Saturday, 10 to 12. We on there. You know what I mean? 104.5 Beat. Shout out D Strong.
Yes, sir. So how do you feel about the rise of Orlando?
It's happening, and I'm trying to make sure it happens. That's why I'm here, to have a direct influence on what's going on. Like, really put this shit together. Cause for a minute, man, like Orlando, you know, I feel like the gatekeepers wasn't getting respected. The OGs wasn't getting respected, like the Dawg Mans, like the, you know, the DJ D Strongs, the P.I. Bangs, you know what I'm saying? Like, trying to get everybody to come together, man, and just really lock this shit down like how it's supposed to, like on some, like, just like Jay Prince got that whole mob tie shit, you know, rap all that shit, man. Orlando can operate the same way. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody come in here and make money unless they fucking with us.
Okay.
Straight up. Like, how artists coming in here and doing shows, but they overcharge the artists for features, and they not really, you know, I think the people that show the most love has been Jack Boy and Yak, to a lot of the local artists, Kodak and Jack Boy. You know, they be shouting out Mercy Drive in their songs and Orlando in their songs, and you know, they the ones I see that's like doing it major and like really coming through this bitch. The Baby came through this bitch and showed hella love too. Yeah, you know, bigger ranking, you know, come through this motherfucker, show hella love. So I think that's what we need to do. We need to just lock down our section and make sure anybody coming in this bitch, they showing love.
Okay. Like, who do you go to for advice?
My OGs, Dawg Man, my Uncle D-Mac, you know, my Uncle Ruff the Rube from the Warheads. You know what I mean? I talked to Mercedes Streets, you know, she been out here, chop it up with Nasty. Me and H Dot on the phone, politicking every other day about how we can sweep through this shit, you know what I mean? Like, my big homie Stevie Williams from DGK, you know what I mean? Definitely got a lot of game from Big Bro on just business, not even just music business, business overall, lifestyle. You know, it's my OG Booney from New York. That's my business manager. But that's how we I tap in with the OGs, man. Like I said, I look young, but I'm 33 years old. I was raised in the industry by dudes that was young then, and they grown, and they older men now, wiser men now, and now they see I'm grown, and I'm done did what I had to do, and they be proud and they happy. But I always, you know, I don't have no ego. I ain't scared to ask for advice. I ain't scared to pick up the phone and say, LG, what's up? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, I have my situations that I be having to check myself on. So, you know, I also talk with a lot of women in the industry too. Like my attorney, Atira Garrison. I say my OG static major wife, Avanti Garrison. Avanti Garrett. I tap in with a lot of women in the music industry because they deal with a lot more bullshit than we do, and they be knowing. Y'all niggas out here think y'all being slick on the low. These females in the music industry got your number. I know that they be telling me. I I stay scandal free too. That's another thing. I stay scandal free. We having, I mean, you could probably say a few things about me, but you can't say the worst things about me. For sure.
Okay. What does success means to you?
Being able to do what you want to do. I wake up every day and do what I want to do, and that's it. Every person that's successful to the highest point, or to the point of where they, you know, can do whatever they want to do, they usually stay like that. Because that's freedom, you know what I mean? You wake up, and it's not even just financial, it's just spiritually, mentally. I can just wake up and be free. What up, what up? It's 24K producer, engineer, Grammy Award winning that is. And you checking in with my dog DJ Gombo, Lost Roots. Let's go.